Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Good
afternoon,
afternoon,
sir.
sir.
I welcome all of you to the lecture Advanced Software Engineering and Technology. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss about the functional non-functional requirement. Is this presentation visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
In previous lecture, we have discussed about the functional requirement. Functional requirement, just a minute. Okay. Functional requirement describe the interaction between the system and its environment. The environment include the users and any other external system which the system interact. There one example is given in this satellite watch is a wristwatch that display the time based on the current location. Satwatch use GPS satellite to determine its location and internal data structure to convert this location into the time zone. The information stored in satellite watch and its accuracy measured time in such that the watch owner never need to reset the time. Satwatch adjusts the time and date displayed as the watch owner cross the time zone political boundaries. For this reason, Satwatch has no button or the control available to the user. This is the functional requirement of the satellite watch. The Satwatch determines its location using GPS satellite. Just a minute. Satellite watch determined its location using GPS satellites and such suffer from the same limitation as all GPS devices. Example, inability to determine location at a certain time of the display in mountain region. During the blackout period, satellite watch assume that it does not cross a time zone or a political boundary. Satwatch correct its time zone as soon as a blackout period ends. This is also functional requirement. Though your connection is lost from GPS, your satellite watch automatically adjusts the time it understood. Because this is functional requirement, we have already collected and implemented into the satellite watch. Satwatch has a two-line display showing on the top line the time, hours, minutes, second, time zone, and on the bottom line the date, day, month, year. The display technology used in such that the watch owner can see the time and date even under poor lighting condition. This lighting condition and the displaying is also the functional requirement. When the political boundaries change, the watch owner may upgrade the software of the watch using the Webify device provide with watch and personal computer connect to the internet. This is also a functional requirement. Then what are the non-functional requirement? A non-functional requirement describe the aspect of system that are not directly related to the functional behavior of the system. Non-functional requirements include a broad variety of requirements that apply to many different aspects of the system, from usability of the performance. We know UFRPS model. You see here the reliability, dependability, robustness, safety, all usability are the non-functional requirement, as well as performance, response time, we can say for performance, throughput, availability, accuracy, supportability, adaptability and maintainability are the non-functional requirement. Non-functional requirement, there may be a question. FURPS means functional, usability, reliability, performance and the supportability are the component of non-functional requirement. Implementation requirement are constrained on the implementation of the system, include the use of specific tool, programming language or the hardware platform. This is also non-functional requirement. Interface requirement is also the part of a non-functional requirement. Operations requirement are constraint of the non-functional requirement. Packing requirement are constraint of the non-functional requirement. Legacy requirement are non-functional requirement. Quality requirement, constraint, pseudo requirement are the non-functional requirement. You see in this figure quality requirement for sat watch. Any user who know how to read the digital watch and understand international time zone abbreviation should be able to use sat watch without user manual. This is usability requirement. We can say this is non-functional requirement. Anyone can understand the time zone, who know the knowledge about the time zone and the time, they can understand sat watch. Who understand the simple watch, they understand sat watch. There is no need to use manual. This is usability requirement. As the sat watch has no button, no software fault required, the resetting of the watch should occur. This is reliability requirement. There is no button required to reset the time, or software or button is not there. That is the reliability requirement. This is also non-functional requirement. Sat watch should display the correct time zone within 5 minutes of the end of GPS blackout period. Suppose you are on mountain, there is no range of the satellite watch. Within a 5 minute it can get a proper timing. This is the performance requirement. We can say this is also non-functional requirement. Sat watch should measure the time within 1/100th second over 5 years. This is performance requirement, non-functional performance requirement. Satellite watch should display the time correctly in all 24 zones. This is performance requirement. Sat watch should accept upgrade to its onboard via Webify watch series interface. This is the supportability requirement. Once your Webify net will connect, your satellite watch automatically upgrade their softwares. Constraints for sat watch: all related software associated with sat watch, including the onboard software, will be written using the Java to comply with current company policy. This is implementation requirement. What is the implementation required things? All are the non-functional requirement. Sat watch comply with the physical, electrical and software interface defined by Webify Watch API 2.0. This is interface requirement. Which software required, which electrical supply required to develop the satellite watch, to create the satellite. All this platform is the non-functional requirement. Means interface requirement is the non-functional requirement. Next is the completeness, consistency, clarity, and correctness. If you have any doubt on this point, functional and non-functional requirement, you can ask me question. Else we start to the completeness, consistency, clarity, and correctness. This is our today's point. Requirement are continuously valid with the client and the user. You have to keep in mind, requirement are continuously validate with the client and user. You have to validate the requirement is a critical step in the development process, given that both the client and the developer depends on the requirement specification. Requirement validation involves checking that the specification is complete, consistent, unambiguous, and correct. This requirement you are collecting that should be complete, consistent, unambiguous, and correct, then that software will be proper. So at the time of writing the requirement specification report, you have to validate the information with the help of user and client. Is it understanding? It is complete if all possible scenarios through the system are described, including exceptional behavior. That is, all aspects of the system are represented in the requirement model. The requirement specification is consistent if it does not contract itself. Requirement specification is consistent if does not contradict itself. The requirement specification is unambiguous if exactly one system is defined. That is, it is not possible to interpret the specification two or more different way. Means there will not any confusion into the requirement specification. Then we can say that is unambiguous if there is only one options, no many options available at the time of requirement collection. Then we can say that is the exact information. A specification is correct if it represent accurately the system that the client need and that the developers intend to build. That is, everything in the requirement model accurately represent an aspect of the system to specification of both client and developer. The correctness and completeness of requirement specification are often difficult to establish, especially before the system exists. Given that the requirement specifications serve as a contractual basis between the client and the developer, the requirement specification must be carefully reviewed by both parties. It is difficult correctness and completeness before development of the software, but we have to do the contract in between user and the developer with requirement validation. If our requirement is complete, then it is not difficult to implement the software, and it will not difficult to find the error in that systems. So there is a figure, you see, table specification properties checked during the validation. There are four properties: complete, consistent, unambiguous, and correct. These are the properties of specification validation. Complete, all features of the interest are described by requirement. All features we have to specify, we have to describe. For example, incompleteness. The SatWatch specification does not specify the boundary behavior when the user is standing within the GPS accuracy limitation of the state boundary. Suppose we are taking the example of SatWatch, and SatWatch you are using, and you are in the boundaries of state, then there is no need to understand the international boundaries, to understand the limitations of the political boundaries. Why? Because you are in a state. But that will be incomplete information if you develop like this software like SatWatch, and considering only the state boundaries and only the state political boundaries, then there definitely will be limitations to your watch. When you will went beyond the boundary, then your SatWatch will not work. That is because of the incomplete information. If we take incomplete information, then your satellite watch will fail. This is the completeness. Solution for that: add a functional requirement stating that the time depicted by SatWatch should not change more often than once every 5 minutes. As well as, suppose you are at the boundary, and that time also your SatWatch should display the constant time. That should not display, that should not fluctuate the time. For that you have to require a specific information, accurate information from the SatWatch project, and then start to implement. Next property is the consistent. No two requirement of the specification contradict each other. Suppose there are two requirement of specification that should not contradict to each other. Example of inconsistency: a watch that does not contain any software fault need not provide any an upgrades mechanism for downloading new version of the software. In satellite watch, there is not any software for upgrade the OS of SatWatch. To do that, there is another device. The solution for that: revise one of the conflict requirement from the model. Example, rephrase the requirement about the watch not containing any fault, as it is not verified anyway. A watch that does not contain any software fault need not provide an upgrade mechanism for downloading new version of the software, because there is no fault will be found into the satellite watch. Therefore there is no software to upgrade if there is any fault. This is the consistent. Though your watch will not work, but there is the mechanism that watch will not found any fault. Ambiguous, unambiguous. A requirement cannot be interrupted into manually exclusive way. Requirement cannot be interrupted in two manually exclusive way. Example, the satellite watch specification refers to the time zone and political boundaries. Does the satellite watch deals with daylight saving time or not? This is the example of unambiguous property. Means we will be confused at this point. The sat watch specification refers to the time zone and political boundaries. Does the sat watch deals with the daylight saving time or not? Solution: for clarify the ambiguous concept, to select one of the manual exclusive phenomenon. Example, add a requirement that SATWATCH should deals with a daylight saving time. We already discussed this. SATWATCH is the watch which automatically display the time in night also. So clarify the unambiguous concept, to select one of the manual exclusive phenomenon. Requirement that satellite watch should deals with the daylight saving time. This clarification should be there. Correct. The requirement describe the features of the system and environment of the interest to the client and the developer, but do not describe other unintended feature. This is the correctness. The requirement describe the feature of system that environment of the interest to client and the developer, but do not describe the unintended feature. Only the features which are into the watch that we have to describe. That is the correctness. Example of fault: there are more than 24 time zones, several countries and territories. Example, India are half an hour ahead of our neighbor time zones. So this should be correct. There is a feature in SatWatch. Satellite watch itself upgrade their time according to the satellite connection, according to the time zone which you have changed. You know, if we change our location, if we went at suppose in neighbor country, then definitely there is the time lag in Indian time zone and the other countries time zone. In that case, our satellite watch itself upgrade the times. This is the correctness. We have to explain this feature of the sat watch. These are the specification of the checkout during the validation. When you have collected information at that time, you have to validate all that information. We have to find out the completeness of that information. We have to find the consistency. Is there any break into the information which we have collected? Suppose we have collected one information and there is, suppose we want to do the banking transaction, and in our software we have given a facility of a OTP at the time of doing transactions. Okay, but that is not implemented into the program. Our mobile will not suppose our software will not send the OTP to the mobile phone, then that will be inconsistent. Their inconsistency we have to understood. We have to collect the information of ATM machine as well as we have to collect the information from mobile phone. Then both these two devices we will be able to connect. At the time of requirement elicitation, we have to consider this point also. This is the specification property of validation, information validation, as well as unambiguous. There should not be any confusion. We have to make clear. We have to uh, told to the users and the client of our software. We have to give all detailed information. We have to validate from the users. Is there any confusion? Then we have to make description about that. We have to clarify that points as well as correct. We have to make correction at the time of requirement elicitation. Once you have collected and writing the requirement specification, at that time you should be make corrections if there's something remaining or something we want to add into that information, then that we have to do at that time only. These are the requirements validations, requirement specification validations. If you have any doubt on this point, completeness, consistency, unambiguous and correctness, you can ask me question. Do you have any question, any doubt regarding this point? Yes. Do you have any problem? Is it understood? Completeness, consistency, clarity and correctness.
Yes, sir.
These are the point of specification validation. Once you have collected information from user, you have to complete that information. You have to make consistency in that information and make it clarify and do the correction. All these are the requirement specification. Completeness, consistency and clarity. The additional part of the system that present a high risk should be prototyped or simulated to demonstrate their feasibility or obtain feedback from the user. In the case of SatWatch, described above, a mock-up of the watch would be built using a traditional watch, and users survive to gather their initial impressions. A user may remark that she wants the watch to be able to display both American and European date format. Additionally, the part of system that present the high risk should be prototype. Suppose our model, our software will is not understanding to the user, then there is very high risk. To minimize that high risk, we have to create the prototype model and we have to create simulation model so that user and the client will understand. Though the problem is complex, through the simulation model and prototype model, you will take the feedback from the user and client and make the correction into that. A user may remain that she want to watch to be able to display both American time. Suppose in SatWatch there should be the European as well as American time format, date format. Like this, if suppose happening into our software development, then we have to give the demo of a prototype model of simulation model to the client and user so that customer and the user client will understand better and they will able to provide you feedback, good feedback. Is that software is required them or not? They will clear there, they will make their opinion concrete on that. Is it understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes.
If you have any doubt regarding
Yes, sir.
this completeness, consistency, clarify, and correctness, you can ask me question. Completeness, consistency, clarity, and correctness should be into the requirement specification, requirement collection. We have to make the complete gathering, complete requirement elicitation, and collected information should be consistent. There should not be any gap in between two functions which which you will be implement in your software. There the both informations should be connected, that is consistency and clarity. Anyone should understand. Once you have developed the software, that software should understand to anybody. Suppose you are a simple watch user, but you will understand the sat watch functions. You will use easily sat watch because that watch is clarified design, clarified implement. That watch is clearly developed. So like that, we have to also use a software. We have to also develop a software like there is a previous software. According to that, we have to develop and make the clear understanding to user, to client, to customers of the software. And correctness, there should be accuracy about all the functions. Suppose we are designing software for attendance purpose and that is not giving the proper attendance, then that software is not useful. So if you have any doubt regarding this completeness, consistency, clarity and correctness, you can ask me question. Ashwini, Ashia.
Sir, consistency.
No question, sir.
Yes, Suraj. Yes, Suraj.
सर consistency नाही समजलं.
Sorry.
Consistency.
Consistency. Suppose your software, you are going to design a software that is somewhat big software. Okay, then you will make there a segment to reduce the complexity of that software. You will create a different object into that, but one object should be connected to other object and that consistency should be maintained. Therefore you have to acquire all detailed information from the client. Suppose client want printout of the report after entering some data into the software. He want printout. That function should be there. Suppose he connected printer to their computer, automatically that should be enabled into your into your software, and once you have click on the print button, print out should be out from the printer. Similarly, suppose customer demand is to store the data onto the cloud, then this function should be enabled into your coding, into your software. Consistency, there should not be any break according to the customer needs. Therefore you have to understand the customers users problem accurately, and this consistency you have to maintain on that level only. At the time of requirement elicitation, you have to acquire the consistent information what they need. Once after one step, what is the second step, what is the third step, all these steps we have to maintain. This is the consistency. Is it clear now? Is it understood?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Then next is the realism, verifiability and traceability. Three more desirable properties of requirement specification are, that is, be realistic, verifiable and traceable. This is also requirement specification properties. The requirement specification is realistic if the system cannot be implemented within a constraint. The requirement specification is verifiable if once the system is built, the repeatability test can be designed, can be designed to demonstrate that the system fulfill the requirement specification. For example, a mean time to failure of a hundreds year for SatWatch would be difficult to verify. Assume it is realistic in the first place. Realism. The requirement specification is realistic if the system cannot be implemented within a constraint. Suppose you are developing a software. Okay, what happened with your software after hundreds of years? Something drawback will be there, but you have to mention this drawback. It will work within a constraint, within a given period only. We know, suppose we have procured antivirus, we have brought antivirus and installed in our computer. They send upgrade day by day or monthly, weekly to us. Why? Because the they are working beyond the constraint, and also there is a limitation of that antivirus. We have just validity for 1 year, for 2 year, for 3 years, like this. Why? Because they are not sure after that what will happen. So they, at back end, all software engineer into the antivirus company are working day and night to minimize the error, to give the support to the client, till they are selling the antivirus for 1 year, for 2 year or for 5 year only, because of the realism. We know our software will be expire one day, so we have to decide the expiry date of software, as well as suppose there are some functions and that function will not work into our software, then we have to mention that. The requirement specification is realistic if the system cannot be, if the system can be implemented within the constraint, within the rules we have designed a software, that constraint we have to do. Suppose we have given some information to client user, we talk with user, we will give these features into our software. That feature should be there. That is the realistic. We have contract to provide the, suppose 5 feature to user, and we are not providing all 5 feature, we are providing only the 4 features. That will not realistic. That feature is there, but suppose that will not working into their system, that is also realistic. So within a constraint we have to provide all the features. This is the realistic. Is it understood? Realistic, realism.
Yes, sir. Yes.
The requirement specification is verifiable. If once the system is built, repeatable test can be designed to demonstrate that the system fulfills the requirement specification. We have to verify before deploy the software, before install software onto the client system. We have to take the test, that is the verifiability. Verifiability is the testing of software. Multiple time we have to test. Once we build the system, we have to test that. For example, a mean time to failure of hundreds year for SatWatch would be difficult to verify. This is the example of SatWatch, assuming it is realistic in the first place. The product shall have a good user interface. Good is not defined. The product shall be error free. Require large amount of resources to establish. The product shall respond to the user within 1 second. For most cases is not defined. So we have to define all this, what is good things, what is fast response. All this should be into the software, that is the realism. A requirement specification is traceable. If each requirement can be traced throughout the software development to its corresponding system function, and if each system function can be traced back to its corresponding set of requirement. Suppose there is fault into the system, then we have to easily find that fault, that is the traceability. A requirement specification is traceable if each requirement can be traced throughout the software development, it corresponds system function, and if each system function can be traced, traceability include also the ability to track the dependencies among the requirement. System functions and intermediate design artifacts, including system components, classes, method, and object attributes. Traceability is critical for developing tests and for evaluating changes. When developing tests, traceability enables tester to assess the coverage of the test case. That is, to identify which requirements are tested and which are not. When evaluating changes, traceability enables the analysts and the developers to identify all the component and system functions that the change would impact. Traceability, suppose we have designed a software and there is any problem in software at particular function. That particular function we have to easily find, we have to trace that. That is also mentioned into the requirement specification. How to find the fault if this fault will happen into the software. It corresponds all the functions and the functions can be traced back to its corresponding set of requirement. It is also include the system functions and intermediate design artifacts, including component classes, methods, objects, and the attributes. We have to able to trace, is there any fault into the component, into the class of the software, into the method of the software, or any other attribute, object, that should be traced. As well as at the time of requirement elicitation, we have to write all these functions. What will happen if there is a error into the function number 3, how to find that fault, we have to mention that. At similarly, when we are implementing software, our engineer working on to the implementation part, at that time also we will be able to find the fault. If there anybody is not doing proper coding for particular function, we will be able to find that if we maintain the traceability during the requirement specification. Is it understanding? Traceability.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Traceability
हेलो
include, yes,
रियलिज्म और ट्रेसेबिलिटी में क्या फर्क है सर दोनों में?
realism. Suppose we have collected information from client and we said him we will provide you 10 functions. Okay, then at the time of software deployment, software delivery to the client, that should be there, 10 functions should be there. That is the realism. If you said to client we will provide 10 function and not providing them their 10 function, then that is not realism. You will hiding some features. If that is there, then you have to tell them, you have to say them there is not possible to implement all 10 functions because there are some system limitations. Which are the system limitations? You have to tell him there is not possible to implement all the 10 functions in your system because of the camera, because of the system RAM, or is there any other reason? You have to write into the requirement specification. Is it realism? Okay, it is realism. Is it understood?
Yes sir.
Realism means providing all the facilities which you have collected and said to the client. But traceability is finding the fault into all the functions. That should be easily to the user, to the client, as well as a developer to us. We should able to find the fault. Is there fault at the function number 5? There is fault at the function number 6. There is fault at the function number 8. That should be trace. And similarly, we should be able to trace, is all our programmer working properly or not? Is there any problem at particular function at the end of programmer sites? This is the next step. Actually, just we are talking about the requirement elicitation. At that time also we have to write the traceability features. We have to consider the traceability during the requirement elicitation and requirement specification writing. Is it clear now? Finding the faults. Traceability means finding the problem into the software, and realism means implementing all without hiding any feature of the software. else we have to write into the requirement specification only. We will implement 9 functions only. Else there suppose any problem to implement 9 functions into the software, then you have to write into the software specification. Is it clear now? Is it understood?
Yes, sir.
Ashia?
Yes, sir.
If you have any problem regarding the realism, verifiability and traceability, or at completeness, consistency, clarity and correctness, you can ask me question regarding this point. Software specification properties. These are the software specification properties. Do you understood the functional and non-functional requirement difference? Non-functional requirements means the properties like reliability of software, usability of software, supportability of the software, all are the non-functional requirement, but actual function of the software is the functional requirement. If you have any doubt, any question, you can ask. Do you have any problem, any question regarding this point?
No, sir.
Clarity means unambiguous. System should be defined. System should be defined how system will work, that will solve the ambiguous, that will be unambiguous. Yes, Suraj. Shubhangi.
No, sir. Understand.
Shubhangi. Then we will stop here.
No doubt, sir.
In today's lecture, we discuss about realism, verifiability and traceability, completeness, consistency, clarity. In next lecture, we will see the greenfield engineering, re-engineering and interface engineering.
Okay, sir.
If you have any doubt, you can ask question, else we will stop here. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.
Have a nice day, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Tomorrow is our practical.
Okay, sir.